Well, dear students, you are all 12th class students, and we will continue with the unit of isolation of elements, that is, principles and processes of isolation of elements. This is a unit, and in this unit today our topic will be the extraction of aluminium. Aluminium, you know, is a very important metal, but it is not found in the nature as native state, but it is found in combined state because of its high reactivity. Since aluminium is a reactive metal, so we find it in combined form. So we have to extract aluminium from its ores. So first let us come to know that which ores aluminium has. Aluminium has 4 ores, and the main ore of aluminium is bauxite. Bauxite is the chief ore, I may call it chief ore of aluminium, and its chemical formula is Al2O3 twice water, that is, this is in hydrated form. So this is the chief ore of aluminium. Then we have another ore also of aluminium, that is cryolite, and its chemical formula is Na3Al(F6). Aluminium is very much here. In the first case, aluminium is very much here. So this is an ore of aluminium. This is also an ore of aluminium. We have one more ore of aluminium, that is feldspar. Feldspar, and its formula is KAlSi3O8. Again, we find aluminium in it. In addition to aluminium, we have potassium, silicon, and oxygen in it, which are present in this ore as impurities. So aluminium, or these ores of aluminium rather, they are mostly found in lithosphere. As I have earlier told you that the ores are found in 3 regions: in lithosphere, in hydrosphere, and then in atmosphere. But as far as the ores of aluminium are concerned, they are found in lithosphere, in rocks and soils. In rocks and soils, and these ores are present up to 8.31% by weight. This is the third most abundant element. This is the third most abundant element present in lithosphere. That is, it is present 8.31% by mass, by weight, in the rocks and soils. Now, since I just told you that the main ore of aluminium is bauxite, that is, chief ore of aluminium is bauxite. So today we will extract aluminium from this ore, from its chief ore. So coming to extraction. Now, extraction of aluminium from bauxite ore, it involves 4 steps. The first step is very simple, the common step, which we have already taken in general methods of extraction, that is crushing. So first step will be that we will take the bauxite ore, we will crush it in the powdered form in jaw crushers, and as a result we will get powdered ore. So this is the first step in the extraction of aluminium from bauxite. So first step is crushing, then we will move to second step. Second step is purification. By purification means that this powdered ore contains many impurities. We will further purify it. For purifying this powdered ore, what we will do, we will take the ore. This is the ore, Al2O3 twice water, This is bauxite ore. We will take the powdered form of this ore. We will mix it with sodium hydroxide in aqueous solution. This ore will be in solid state. We will mix water to it, and as a result we will heat it to a very high temperature of 473 to 523 kelvins. This mixture is heated at a temperature of this, and as a result what we get sodium aluminate. Sodium aluminate having chemical formula NaAlOH whole 4. This is sodium aluminate. Sodium aluminate. Now, as we get sodium aluminate, we will filter this. On filtering, what will happen? Some unwanted impurities, they will get filtered off, and the rest what we get, we will treat that mixture with carbon dioxide. That is, this is sodium aluminate. We will pass carbon dioxide through sodium aluminate. So passing carbon dioxide through sodium aluminate, NaAlOH 4. This is sodium aluminate. We will pass which gas through it? We will pass carbon dioxide gas through it, and as a result we will get Al2O3 X times water plus sodium bicarbonate. Now we have got Al2O3 X times water. We will take this and we will further heat it so that its water gets vaporized. So for vaporization of these water of crystallization, we will heat this Al2O3 twice water. We will heat it at very high temperature of 1473 Kelvin, and at this temperature water will get away and we will get aluminum oxide plus X molecules of water. So what we have got? We have got aluminum oxide. Now still we have impurities in it. We have oxygen in it, and in addition to oxygen there may be some invisible impurities present in this. So we will go to, this was purification step. So in purification what we did, in the first step we took the bauxite ore, we mixed with sodium hydroxide and water. As a result we got sodium aluminate. Then sodium aluminate was passed, carbon dioxide was passed through sodium aluminate to get hydrated aluminum oxide, and finally hydrated aluminum oxide was heated to a very high temperature of 1473 Kelvin, so that water gets vaporized and we get aluminum oxide. Now coming to third step. Third step is electrolysis. That now since we have got fused alumina means the second step. In the second step which we just concluded, we got this Al2O3. This is fused alumina. Now we have to carry out electrolysis of fused alumina. For this purpose, let me come to this figure. Now this electrolysis is done in this tank. Just see this tank. This is iron tank. It has a carbon lining from inside. This is carbon lining, and then going into the tank there are these carbon anodes. These are carbon anodes, 3 carbon anodes dipped in this tank, positive charge. Since anode has positive charge, these are 3 carbon rods acting as anode. And then this carbon lining which I just talked of, this carbon lining acts as cathode, that is negative electrode. So this is negative electrode, this is positive electrode. And now coming into the tank. In the tank we have molten aluminum oxide, that is our fused aluminum here. plus sodium Na3AlF6. This is outlet for aluminum, and this hole is an iron tank. As far as this upper compartment is concerned, here we have powdered coke. So what we do, how we carry out this electrolysis, we connect the cathode and anode to a battery. As soon as we connect it to a battery, electrolysis begins. Now what happens during electrolysis? Now this process, this electrolytic process is known as Hall-Héroult process. This is Hall-Héroult process, after the name of the scientist who carried out the electrolysis. This is Hall-Héroult process. So in this process, what happens on electrolysis when these electrodes are connected to a battery? Your alumina, that is Al2O3, it goes undergoes electrolysis and it combines with carbon, that is this powdered coke. Coke is carbon. So as a result, what we get? We get aluminium plus carbon dioxide. This aluminium which we get, that is that goes out from this outlet and we can collect it. Now let us see what reactions take place at cathode and anode. At cathode, what happens? Our carbon, which is in at cathode, our aluminium, which is in ionic form, that is Al3 3 positive, it gains 3 electrons to become neutral and form aluminium. This aluminium comes out of this outlet. This is at cathode. Then at anode, what happens? At anode, this reaction takes place. Your carbon in solid form, that combines with 3 electrons, not electrons, but this will combine with oxygen, oxide ion, forming carbon dioxide plus 2 electrons. So these are the reactions that will take place at cathode and anode. So as a result of this electrolysis, we get aluminium from this outlet. But this aluminium is 99% pure. This is not 100% pure. So this 99% pure aluminium is further purified by a process known as refining, and that will be the fourth and final step in the extraction. Coming to final step, that is refining. Refining is done by electrolytic method again, and this refining was carried out by a scientist whose name was Hoop. He designed a cell known as Hoop cell, and that Hoop cell is here. I have designed it here, I have made it here. Just see, this is the cell, this is an iron tank. Inside we have a carbon lining again. This carbon lining acts as anode, that is positive electrode. And now this tank has 3 layers or 3 compartments: the top compartment, the middle compartment, and the bottom compartment. Now let us see what is in these compartments, what is in these layers. First, this is top layer, this is middle layer, and this is the bottom layer. In the bottom layer, we put that aluminium which we got in step number 3, which that is impure aluminum. This is impure aluminum. So the bottom layer has impure aluminum. This is inlet for impure aluminum. We pour impure aluminum in fused form into this compartment. Then coming to the middle compartment. In the middle compartment, but before coming to middle, let us go to the top compartment. In the top compartment, we have pure aluminum from other source, not from these steps of metallurgy. This is pure aluminum. This is impure aluminum, in that aluminum which we have obtained in the third step. And as far as this middle compartment is concerned, it contains electrolyte, because we have to carry out electrolysis, so there must be some electrolyte, and electrolyte in this case is fluoride of aluminum, sodium or barium. So we have fluoride of aluminum here, because we have to deal with aluminum here. So now what happens? This is cathode, these carbon rods, these are cathode, this is anode. Now these are connected to a battery, and as soon as we connect these ends to the battery, electrolysis begins. Now what happens on electrolysis? On electrolysis, as soon as current is passed, impure aluminum from this compartment moves to this compartment. And then what happens? This aluminum, this goes to the upper compartment. So this process continues. First aluminum moves from bottom compartment to middle, and this aluminum goes upwards. Why it goes upwards? It makes way for this aluminum, and this process continues. And aluminum first from pure aluminum from the impure aluminum, because this is impure, but it does contain pure aluminum also. That pure aluminum first goes into the middle compartment and then deposits at these cathodes. Number of cathodes are there, so that all aluminum goes and deposits here. So this process continues till whole of the aluminum from the bottom compartment first goes to the middle compartment and then moves to the cathode. And finally the process is over. So we get pure aluminum from these cathodes. So this is all about extraction of aluminum. Thank you.